Hi there, thank you so much for joining this course. Alright, so as per our course, we will be working out on a sample project. In this sample project, we will be working on task, resources, cost, and baseline versus actual, and a lot of reporting and a lot of technical tips and techniques of MS project that are used as on intermediate level, or you can say an advanced level, that will enhance our project and with ease and gives us more beneficial results for our project. All right, so first of all, we have this particular project which have only initiation currently, and we have defined some random initiation activities of such project, and we also have the duration of those activities, the start date and finish date, and based upon that, since this course is a little advanced and intermediate level, so we will be focusing more on advanced and intermediate things, but we definitely try to link the basic and the advanced and intermediate activities all together. So as you can see that we have these activities which are under the initiation that we have taken under initiation from task and indentation to the right. You can say if I just press the left indent, the out of all of the activities from the initiation, and keeping them selected, we just press indentation. You can see every task is now coming under initiation. Its duration and start and finish date would also automatically been calculated. All right, so moving further, we can see that we have some certain number of durations and start and end date. We need to put some predecessor, and we have also discussed a predecessor in the basic course a lot. So we'll be defining more good approaches of predecessor. For example, if we want this particular activity to be right after this one, so we just need to press 2. And if we talk about this activity after the previous activity, we need to find 3, and so on and so forth. So instead of doing something like that manual activity, there's a feature in MS Project that actually takes every activity link automatically with waterfall methodology. So what actually is a waterfall methodology? Waterfall methodology defines that every activity is starting from the completion of the previous activity. For example, we can see this activity right here. So the next activity should be starting right after his end. So for example, if we put 2 here, it automatically started the next activity. So for putting everything as waterfall and not putting each and every time by random numbering, what we need to do is we just need to select all the activities, and we need to go to task. Under task, we have this schedule bar here, and beside schedule, we can see this bar which is link symbol is automatically select every it automatically links every activity with one after another. We just press this, you can see our complete project now has been transformed into a waterfall methodology. If you do want to remove the link, you just need to press this sidebar here. It automatically transforms everything back to its original state. So first of all, if we want to save our time, we just need to press this link here. Everything automatically gets interacted with one another after waterfall methodology. All right, so for example, we want to have more tasks in here. So for inserting a new task is simple, as we just need to type a new task. As we can see that we have 16 tasks, and every task has unique ID number, and we have a blank row here. If we add a new task in here, as soon as we press enter, we see an ID number automatically brings up. Okay, so that means that we have a new task, and it automatically reflects here. So that is the way of adding a new task. There's another way of adding a task in here is to go into task and go into insert, and we have a task drop down menu which have like task, recurring task, and blank row. Blank row is simply a blank row, and task, if we add a task in here, it automatically creates a new task with an ID number. But that is not a big point. It is a really simple thing. Let's quickly delete them. But the point of discussion here is a recurring task. So recurring task, what actually is a recurring task is, for example, if we having a project for like 9 months, so normally every month we do have a meeting, and those meetings are recurring meetings. Like every month they have to happen. Normally in such some scenarios, they used to happen every Monday of the first month, like every 15th of the month. So something like that, we can insert those tasks by not just writing something like this, meeting 1 and meeting 2 and meeting 3, and then they're establishing their dates is really really tough thing. So instead of doing thing, there's a smart feature available in MS Project. It's called a recurring task. For that, what we need to do is we need to go to the place where we want it to. Under task, we will be finding insert, and insert drop down menu we will having a recurring task here. If you press the recurring task, another window will pop up. Here we need to define the task name. For example, we want to have just meeting. Then we have to put a duration of activity. For example, it's 1 day. In case of hour, we just need to press hour number and H. For that, it takes automatically an hour of meeting. For example, our meeting is 4 hour each meeting. And now we need to define the pattern of the meeting. For example, it is daily, weekly, monthly, or yearly. Based upon the project length, we can define that. For daily, it's very simple. We just need to define how many days after the meeting will be held. Will be heading, for example, if you need a meeting after 2 days, you just need to press 2. And if you want the meeting only to be happening on work days, not the off days, you just need to select that one. So that is very simple. If, for example, our meeting is going to happen weekly, so then we need to decide which day of the week it is going to be. For example, we want our meeting to having a Monday, we just need to select that particular day. And also, if we want to have any spaces or gap between the week, we can select that. For example, if you want every second week of a month, every second week of a project duration, we have a meeting, and then the fourth week, and then the sixth week, and then so on and so forth. We can select recurring rate of the meeting as well under the weekly. And if, for example, we are going to have monthly, we can decide on what month date the meeting will be happening. For example, we want to have every first of month, every third of month, or every sixth of month. And we can also define number of months. For example, 2 months, 3 months, 2 months after, or 3 months after. We can also define the number rate as well. Or we can simply define, if we don't want to go into the days, we can simply go the first, second, third, fourth, or last number or last day name. For example, we want to have a meeting on every second Friday of our project of month, so that we can do a project. It automatically decides and it automatically locate the date for the project meeting here. Or if example our project is too long, we can just need to define a year as well. We can define just the date, or we just define any particular aspect of particular month, just like we did in the monthly, and it automatically reflects those meeting. For now, let's have the meeting on monthly, and we are putting 4 hour meeting, and every second Friday of month we will be having our meeting. And then once we having a pattern there, we need to define the total range of project. It will give you with two options, like start date and obviously the end date. And start date obviously will be the project start date. If that not be a project start date, you can definitely change any particular date. Or once you have a start date, then you can just put number of occurrences. For example, your project is 9 months, so you just need a ninth month occurrences. It automatically calculates the end date. Or if you don't want to provide that occurrences, or definite, you have a definite date, then you just put a definite date here. For example, we want to have meetings till 2024 at 12 October 2024. Automatically calculates the occurrences. Okay, so for now we are having the end date. We just need like eight meetings every month, every second Friday of the month. So let's see if we just press OK. And by the way, we also can select a calendar of the month, as having a 24 calendar, night shift calendar, standard calendar. Or if we have any specific resource calendar, we can discuss on the resource management. Uh, or if we have any specific calendar, we can do that. By default, we can just select none and press OK. And once we press OK, you can see our all meeting are now being scheduled just like this. If we just double click on the main heading, we still get the same window again, where we can see our information. So we have a meeting scheduled for 4 hours every second Friday of the month for 8 months. So if we just press OK, we can see our dates are automatically calculated based upon our duration, based upon our meeting name, and the end date is automatically being calculated as well. And if you see the Gantt calendar, if you scroll here and there, you can see the first meeting is spotted here. And if you wanted to see the second meeting, and it is or spotted here, the third meeting you want to see, rather than scrolling here and there, you just need to go into task and press scroll to task. It automatically shows you the third meeting. Same goes if you wanted to see the seventh meeting, you just go and select that particular task. Under task mode, press scroll to task, it automatically shows you the meeting. Or if you want to see a complete task under one zoomed canvas, you just need to right click on the time scale here, press zoom and select entire project. You can see the entire project would automatically be shown up there. Here you can see a complete project recurring tasks are managed here, and if we just collapse them, each number of meetings are automatically being created as a recurring task. You can always change meeting name and so on and so forth. We just double clicking here, so you can define the name on monthly meetings. So you can change the name and any particular aspect. For example, you want to change the duration, again double click on that, and for example the duration was like 6 hours, you just press 6 hours, automatically calculated the meeting schedule as on. So that is how we can bring on any new task or any recurring number of tasks in here. It not We can also define the precedence of that particular activity as we need to go on. So that is the first good tip of managing the multi-task that is recurring in nature. How to insert those and how to manage those tasks will be very helpful when we have a recurring task meeting.